Plus ones. It's really good, promise.
Hi guys, welcome back to Plus Ones. I don't even know what episode it is now.
22, I think, or 23. 22
and
or 23,
I
one
think
of the
this
two.
is probably, we haven't actually talked about this out of the podcast, but I think it'll be our second to last one for the year.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
we're going to go on holiday. No one's going to be in the country.
Yeah, true.
And the country, we will be. Our producer won't be, so I don't really want to do it without him.
Fair enough. And to be fair, I kind of want a holiday as well, like away from the mics and all that.
Yeah. I'm hearing you. In case you don't know, my name is Tegan.
I'm
This
Randy.
is Randy.
Yes, kia ora.
Plus Ones, take a seat. Tell me how you really feel. Now we have our first ever reoccurring guest. Please welcome to the studio, but you can already see him. His name is Joe Daymond. The reason why we brought him back so soon is because last time the cameras didn't work, and now we've got a new studio, so we're like, come through.
Oh yeah, this is so flash.
Yeah.
What
Pretty
do
cool,
they?
eh?
What do they use this room for?
Us, Najee. We're actually there's like we're one
Like,
of
yeah,
many.
that's
We're
so
one of
rude,
many.
eh?
But you know what's funny? They tell us to decorate it, but we haven't decorated it yet. So everyone else decorates it mean, but we just do the skeletons of the studio is us.
No, but it looks so flash on camera for real.
Does it?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does.
Oh yeah, I saw you commented on our last video.
I got you guys, man.
Yeah.
I got
Shout out to everyone.
because I was watching the live.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, did you? Oh, you didn't see my comment on the live?
No, I didn't see it. We used to be able to see it in there, but you can't see it here.
Yeah, no, I commented. on
It's
the
still a
live.
work in progress, this
Yeah,
room.
we're working to maybe get a system where we can start replying to you guys live, like while we're doing the
The potty.
doing the potty. We had Mitch James last week. What a fabulous episode that was.
He's the man.
He was awesome.
Yeah.
Not only did he come in with the right energy for Randy trying to call him out for a fight, but he also gave us some very good insights into the industry.
Yeah, he was very honest.
He's retired, eh?
Yep. Well, yeah. he's
retiring.
retiring from music. So he's not doing it any longer, but he's still got some stuff to release, I believe.
True.
But
Yeah.
it's crazy because like you talk to someone who has like 300 million streams. Like that's a lot of streams.
It's a lot. And he's like, makes fuck all money from it.
And he's like, no, I don't want to do
Like, that's
music.
crazy to me.
300
Yeah,
million
that's
streams.
essentially what he was saying. Like,
He's not rich.
that's why he's leaving the industry. Oh, I don't know.
That's crazy.
I mean, I don't know his whole story, you know. He might have generational wealth, who knows?
Yeah, he does seem like a short boy.
Yeah.
One of those ones.
Is that where he's from?
No, I actually don't know.
Yeah.
I just like talking
I
shit
feel like
because
he's
I
not.
just like talking shit about him because he gets real rocked up.
That's a big assumption, bro.
Yeah.
I thought for some reason I thought he was from Dunedin. He's not from there.
No, I think
Bro, I wouldn't have a
maybe
clue.
South Island.
We didn't even ask him that.
Yeah, we didn't ask him.
we asked him lots, but not that. I think we were more asking about what his like kicks are
Because
like.
I got straight
fair.
into like I got straight into the fighting stuff, and then I got straight into like the real nitty gritty about his music career.
Go
So
you.
there
And
was
like why he left.
Yeah.
He was so honest too. So honest.
What was? I mean, yeah. What was his reason?
Basically, he said like the way contracts work in the industry, and how an artist, despite all the creative and stuff coming from them, like no matter how many streams you get, you're still not like able to make a real living. He enjoyed the touring part too, but then he was kind of another element that I had never thought about is how like you go to for example, we were talking about Drake tickets. Drake tickets are costing like $300-$400. So now when those big artists come, punters are spending all their money on those artists. So those local artists are selling tickets for like $60-$70. They're the ones missing out because people are saving all their putia to go to the big gig
big ones.
because
Yeah,
the
for the
big
big
gigs are so expensive. So there's kind of a lot of elements
Crazy.
of why he left, but it was very interesting to hear someone be so honest about it.
Yeah. Long story short, he was kind of just saying like how not worth it is.
And it just wasn't for him. It didn't align with him any longer.
Fuck, I rate that.
Yeah.
And he's got heaps in the pipeline though. Like he's not
He's
just
gonna
like,
do a sports podcast.
yeah. He's not just like giving up and just like not doing anything. Like he's got moves. Like, he's got,
He
like,
was
him
wearing a
explain.
Warriors hat too, and I was like, was that a hint?
Really?
Was that
Oh,
a hint?
he's done a fair bit with them though, eh?
Yeah, I feel like he has.
Good bloke, man. Straight up. I like Mitch James. He's the
But I
man.
mean, last time you were here, Joe, we asked you how Grimace was because you're on there.
Oh, when would that have been? Like a month or so ago?
Yeah, but now you just announced a tour. Another tour.
Congrats, my friend.
And we actually haven't talked about it publicly, but someone's making an appearance on it. He's in for 3 dates.
Randy!
The one and only Randy
Oh
Jeffrey.
my gosh! Yay! How can I be included?
Randy. Yeah, hard. We're gonna figure out a way.
How can I get amongst this?
No, we definitely got to.
I'm not doing
a
another
5-minute
set.
doing a
Rand's-
5-minute stand up.
Yeah, Rand's is.
Are you going to do a 5-minute stand-up?
Sure is.
Just stand up behind Joe.
You just stand up. Hey.
So Rand's is joining me for Auckland, Wellington, Christchurch.
Are you DJing?
My 3 biggest shows.
Mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know what though? Your last show at Sky City where you were DJing.
this guy?
That was a great vibe.
It was fire.
And-
Loki caked it the way. That was so
Hey,
bad.
to be honest though,
Yeah.
I watched it back and I was like, Fuck, I sounded so rude to you because people wouldn't know like how we talk to each other.
Yeah. For context, in case you don't know, but I'm sure everyone knows, Joe Daymond's a comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Among
sorry.
other things, but that's his, I would say your
Occupation.
main mahi.
Part of it.
You're a creative.
Overall.
Multifaceted.
Can I also just say, frick, in the past, like 2-3 months, you've been bursting out content.
Okay, I have to shout you out
Oh,
for
that's
hitting.
Oh,
He's got new tattoos too, guys. He's got new tattoos too.
Sorry, it is.
I just want to shout out the
F1
fact that you
Jesus.
just hit 100k followers on Instagram.
Yeah, my man.
And you know what I hate about
103
this?
now.
105 actually.
105.
You know what I hate about this guy?
I know.
You know what I hate about him? Is because I've been silently trying to hit 100k this year.
Yeah.
I started with 88,000 and I've hit 99.1. That's where I'm at. And this guy out of fucking nowhere just comes and overtakes me. But you've been
sorry.
grinding.
Yeah.
Content every day. And I love how the content goes from like YouTube, high produced, like the one about with you doing the manu in Parliament, amazing. Like
Appreciate
with
you.
Tam Paul as well.
Appreciate
like
you.
it's like produced at such a high level, and then the next lot of content is like a green screen one in front of your notes app.
Like,
Like,
oh, yeah.
it's like, yeah.
No, but that's always been like your content. It's always been like super, what's it called? Like organic and real. Like
Shit, bro.
I personally, as much as the high quality ones, and shout out to Patoni for
Shout out Patoni,
yeah, shout out to
bro.
Patoni for putting the work behind the scenes.
PG,
But
baby.
as
I
much
love
as
Tony, man.
as much as the high quality ones are cool, I really like the on the phone ones. Those ones
Appreciate it,
crack
bro.
me up.
Yeah.
eh?
It's funny. I reckon it's such a good lesson for people that like, because I reckon when people do creative stuff,
Yeah.
we always attribute time, effort, even money as being like good,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
isn't actually the truth. Especially in content where like authenticity wins.
Yeah.
It's usually shit you've half-assed
Yeah.
Yeah.
that goes the best.
Yeah.
So-
I agree. I reckon so like I've done some like ads and campaigns before, and there was one where we did it like really well produced. My friend Corbin filmed it for me, took photos for Kathmandu. Amazing. Such a cool campaign. The gear was amazing. I put it up. It's one of my lowest performing stuff I've ever done.
Yeah.
And the ones where I just take, honestly, where I say something stupid, like unintentionally, obviously. I did this one for Griffin's recently about a biscuit. Bro, what? Like, why am I doing an ad for a biscuit? But anyways, I did one, and it was about like, because it was a new like hybrid biscuit. And you
Is
kinda
that the
had-
one that looked like a pregnancy test?
Yeah.
That one.
And I
Wait,
was like,
what?
and at the end of the video, I just go, the boys are in the room, and I go, who do you reckon's the mummy and daddy? And we just burst out laughing, and like that video's done so mean because it's so genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's funny. It's funny you say that. Like, you're right. It's like,
Even when you like were talking like in your car, you just talk about random shit.
bro,
those
those
ones go off.
those are the TikTok videos that go crazy. My most recent viral.
They go off.
Wait, I'm not trying to sound like it does, but my most recent viral one was me sitting in my car talking about my crack heels.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, pumice heels.
Bro, why do you think I'm still wearing socks right now? I took my shoes off, socks still on.
I'm glad.
Toe jams.
I know.
You guys
this-
are both great at the whole like talking to the camera. Like I struggle with the whole holding the phone like right here and talking to the camera.
And so,
Bro,
do you
it's-
find it's not always first take? Sometimes it's second take, but I'll never do it more than like 3 takes.
Yeah.
Once the
That's
third,
the
you go
key.
for the third take, the
That's
funny's gone.
That's the key.
It's too scripted.
Yeah, it's
then.
too scripted, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Because sometimes I'll just do a video off the top of my dome and I'll be like, fuck, that was funny, and I'll post. Or sometimes I'll do it and then I'll be like, actually, I'll just reword that. Do it the second time, done. And like I won't do it again after that.
If you go look at my my notes app ones,
Yeah.
you could see the time that I've filmed it because the time that I've edited the note, the actual note,
Yeah.
is in the top of the thing, and it's usually just before I've filmed it.
Yeah.
So between like coming up with the idea, typing
Yeah.
them down, and filming it is all of like
5 minutes.
if that.
Yeah.
Well, see, if anyone's looking at trying to do content, there you go. Try
On
not
it-
to overthink it.
No shit, almost like half-ass it. Because
What's your biggest video? Like, let's like talking not produced, not well produced. Like,
you know what's so fucking annoying
What?
is that like one of them just did 1.7 million views on TikTok.
mean.
And it's like 2 minutes. And then, like I said, like me and Patoni will like fly to Wellies,
Yeah.
link up with like a generational politician in Tamafa Paul, like do a whole like cultural fucking like crack up thing like a Manu, like 50, 60,000.
And you're like, hey,
You're like, this is so much doper than what people give it. But I mean, that's the thing. My bro Louis Davis always says, shout out my bro Lou. He actually has been the one that's like game changed my content for real.
really?
He's the reason that I've been like pumping everything out.
Yeah.
Because he like changed my whole attitude towards it. His whole mantra is the algorithm never lies. So like whatever video goes well, that's literally the algorithm telling you that's good video.
Yeah.
Whatever your idea of a good video is wrong, the algorithm will tell you.
That's crazy.
So
Do you know what I can't figure out? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
No, you're good.
But I noticed that every time I did a video sitting in my car talking, it would pop off.
They go around.
Those are the
And
ones that
but-
I see the most on my For You page.
But
Yeah,
then
same.
all of a sudden I do one and it doesn't. And then I do another one and it doesn't. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I have to think of something else now. But then, hey, and then I do the crack heels thing in the car
Goes
again.
off.
We're back.
What's your most popular vid?
My
Like,
most
recently?
popular vid.
Your
As my-
content's very different.
Yeah,
us.
I went into this phase of posting on TikTok quite a bit, like doing outfits and shit. And then I just got super, super lazy. I actually need to really get back onto that. But my most popular vid on TikTok is my Marlboro jacket. But
Yeah.
that's like, but in comparison to you two, like I don't get that many views, but that's the most viewed video that I have. It's like 60,000 views.
Fuck, that's on.
Yeah,
you-
and it's just me like wearing a jacket that I never wear.
Is there like an edit and stuff on it? Or
No,
like
it's
anything?
just like I just got like it's just on one of those DJI cams, and it's just me talking to the camera. But I always find that it's like going back to the organic content. It's the ones that get the most views that I feel like on my TikTok have got the most views are the ones where like I'm just talking to the camera.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the ones where like and because you guys know my Instagram, I like my videos to be like quite cinematic.
Yeah,
So like
anything that we do on this podcast that's on his page, he hides it. And
No, I bet.
yeah, I do. 'Cause I want my
so do
feed
I
to
now
look
too,
nice.
because it messed up my feed.
I want my feet to look nice. I want my feet to look nice. Anyways, but yeah, those videos, like I always like put heaps of money and heaps of work into it.
Yeah,
but
hard.
they never really do like, they do like, well,
They do all
sometimes. Yeah, they do all good, but like I reckon if I just posted like on my phone, like it would.
People expect a high standard from you though, because you've always made sure that that's the kind of content
Yeah,
that you
that's
push
the
out.
standard that
But
I've-
at the same time, I think, and like on the opposite end of that, the people who follow you that love that content, they also want to know you more.
Yeah.
Because you're right. Audiences, I think now, like we're talking like we know, we're trying to figure it out. We're trying to figure it out. But I feel like audiences very much now, and I reckon it's since COVID, the idea of an influencer completely changed at like 180. Like it went from people who had the perfect aesthetic and their life looked great to now it's like people want to see the raw, the real,
The funny.
the funny. This is why Lisa
You
Press
talking
Cullen
shit?
is so popular.
Yo.
Because she has an all good life, but she talks about, being a mum and running a business and the struggles that's why mum creators like Indy Clinton are so relatable and so popular. Indy Clinton's got 3 kids under bloody like 4, and her life is chaos.
Parent content has
she
been blowing
shows
up
the
lately.
chaos.
Whoa, that
She
shit goes
shows the
off.
spilt milk on the floor. She shows her kids screaming and yelling. She shows it all, and I think we all love it because we're like, oh my god, this chick is just doing her best.
I follow this Vietnamese family on TikTok.
Do you?
There's this one kid. Oh shucks, I forgot his name. Anyways, Vietnamese family, and he always talks about he never goes home. He always wants to stay with his mama and papa, who are his grandparents.
Yeah.
I watched the whole videos. And literally, it's like 2 minutes of his mum going, "Are you coming home?" And he's like, "No, I want to stay. I want to." It's literally that. And I watched the whole video.
Do you know what I've been loving
Family
at the minute?
content's go today.
I follow this. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. You know what? I want to shout her out because she's funny as. She's a personal trainer, and she's on TikTok. And I just started following her yesterday. Oh, her name's Shimmyfit_PT. This chick gets on and starts doing your meal prep, and she'll just be like, "You want to know why you haven't lost the weight? Because you're being fucking lazy. Come on, let me show you this recipe." And I'm like, I just love because it can be like, even you think about like nutrition content, fitness content can be so wishy-washy.
That is so different.
So I think someone who's definitely changed the game is EBT, evidence-based training.
Oh, yeah.
And he says, like, and excuse my language, he always starts the video with sup cunnies. And he is always doing a
Is he Aussie?
yeah, he's always doing a roundhouse kick, and he'll break down calorie deficits, everything, and just call you a fat cunt, and it's so funny. Sorry for using the language again. We're on YouTube. Don't want to get cancelled. But like I love that I think that refreshing take of him being super ruthless and telling you off, but still being super funny and relatable about it. I've seen a lot of fitness content go skew that way, and I don't know if he started it, but that chick Shimmy, I love it. She tells me off. I feel like I see a video from her every day, and she tells me off for not getting up off my ass, and I'm like, you're right. I'm sitting here crying about being fat, but did I go for a walk today? No, I didn't. You know what I mean?
It's so, because I reckon like one thing that holds back, it's held me back in the past, I reckon it holds back a lot of people, is the idea of like milking something, is the idea of finding like something that's real good, that's working well, and like milking it.
Yeah.
And
feel
doing
like-
it for ages.
I feel like we feel a lot of shame towards it.
No,
but
do
like,
you know what our boss we've got this new boss and he's amazing. I'll introduce you to him after the show. He calls it kicking the bucket. So he calls it kick the bucket content. So like there could be content, but then you might be able to find another question off the back of it. So like in terms of a radio show, like we might have a question today was I did a phono. What's worse than a rumor of. I think there is nothing worse than there being a rumor about me that I smell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I said hand on heart, I would rather be called a bitch than someone saying I smell. And that was the topic we had today. Is there a worse insult than someone saying that you smell? And so like there might have been something that came up from that, like maybe a reply. And maybe, so that's the question for today. But then the next day we evolve it and we go, oh, actually, what is the worst thing you've been called? And then after that, it might be like, maybe the worst thing you've been called is a stink bitch. So then it's like, who's a stink bitch in your life? That's the next bit of content.
Straight up.
And you keep kicking the bucket until it doesn't go any further.
Yeah.
So I love that, milking it.
you got to.
Hell yeah.
The people that grow are the people that are consistent. And like any period where like I've grown on social media hasn't been because my content's like any better than normal. It's just because I've been like, as you guys said, just uploading every day. And some days like it's not even that mean, and some days like it goes off. But that's the biggest thing, is finding like the stuff that's easy to repeat.
Yeah.
You can still do like the mean stuff, but at least that stuff is like keeping you in there, keeping
That's
you on
true.
the pulse.
That's true.
And you know how like people always say like for example, with content creation, people are always like, oh, that was dry, or oh, that was blah 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 blah. And that's obviously what a lot of people, or a lot of content creators, or people who want to get into that space are scared about. I think like, just to kind of add to what Joe said, it's like you're just there anyways.
Yeah.
So regardless of what, if people are talking shit about you or not, or if they actually like it, you're being seen.
They commented.
You're being like that's what, because I really want to. I know a couple of friends who I feel like. And they don't want to like step into the space to be like, you know, well known or whatever, or famous or whatever. But if they stepped into the content creation scene just by shit that they post on their close friends and stuff, I'm like, bro, you'd be so fucking famous.
I can think of some of your friends that have been like that. I can think some of your little troublemaker mates.
Yeah, like but they whenever I say it to them, they're always like, nah, like I don't want people to think about me like this. And I'm like, bro, like this is you though.
Right. I think I might have. I don't know if I've told this story on here before, but I've definitely said it on air. No, have I? Actually, no, I think my boyfriend would have fought me if I said it on here. But he loves like fashion content. He's like you, really into his style. Like, and to be fair, he's grown. Like, he went from having like a couple hundred followers to now he's got 1,000. But like, he's not really like putting in heaps of effort to try build it. But he takes a lot of pride in making content for his page, and like because he loves fashion and he loves to like post outfits and stuff like that. And he's garnered quite a few like connections and friends through doing this. So it's really cool. And he loves it. And I always tell him he should do more. And I tell him he needs to get on TikTok. But then he told me the story about this one time he posted a video, or like a fit video or whatever. And someone like the first comment was like, what the fuck is this? Or something. But then it was like, nah, but cool fit, bro. And he literally deleted the TikTok, deleted his whole TikTok account, and has never been back since.
I've told him.
Do you know what I mean?
Bro.
Do you know what I mean? And I'm
I
like,
feel
no,
you.
but like, you'd be so good. Just
relatable,
keep
bro.
going. Like, I want him to
Straight
just
up.
keep persevering.
One of my most
I feel
viewed,
it, but I'm like, nah, bro, all good.
One of my most viewed Get Ready With Me's is all hate comments, bro.
Oh, wait, everyone's saying that you look
Like I just like a girl and shit. But it's like, but I don't like, you know me as well. I don't really.
You don't care.
I don't care about comments.
Yeah.
Like,
You know what encompasses it? Have you guys seen Straight Outta Compton?
yeah.
yeah.
It's when the scene where like all the white people that are like protesting against him are like crushing all their albums, like stamping on them, get like a roller on them, and then Eazy-E's like, they still bought them. That's how I look at comments.
Yeah.
So like a lot of my comments, there'll be a lot of people that are, you know, saying they're dry, or like this never happened, or like shit like that, but the algorithm just sees it all the same.
Yeah.
They commented.
That's like I posted this video, just a funny video, because me and my mate were going over to Oz for the weekend, right? And so I got like, and this is when I had been dating my man for like 6 months. I sent him a text like, on the plane now, gonna miss you so much. Text you when I land. Love you,
couple many
King.
views.
Right? And then she's been with her man for 10 years. she sends him a message going, "Hey, we're leaving now," and he goes, "Huh?" So, and we thought it was so
I
funny
remember all the comments.
that we videoed it. We were like, 6 months versus 10 years for someone, like, funny. And everyone was roasting me in the comments. Like,
you say you're calling PK a king, eh?
Yeah.
because I called him king.
Don't call him a king.
And everyone's going, "Get the fuck up right
your-
now,
get
sis."
your
Like,
crown back.
they're like, "Not the king." They're like, they're just like, "Shut up, sis. Don't ever call him a king." And roasting me for calling him king. But it went crazy. Like, that video got like 3 million views.
And that even more so, that is almost now an inside joke that you can have with your audience.
100%.
And I wish, and so you're so right, but I wish I'd almost like clocked on to something like that.
I mean, you still can.
But yeah, I
It's never
guess
too
so.
late.
Another
I would
one.
make a video like just calling him king, like that's his new nickname.
Oh, you know what? So what's so funny about the actually you say about the milking? Oh, so one of my other big videos that I've had was me. I've had one massive viral video that I had to hide because I started getting death threats about it.
Which one's that?
I made this video when I was in America last year,
Oh,
and I just said, "Hey, I just want to know why you guys when I say like you go thank you."
yeah.
No, no, it would be like they say, like,
Sure.
you know what I mean? Instead of saying you're welcome. So you'll say thank you, and instead of going you're welcome, they'll go So it'll be like thank you, And so I made this video being like, why do you guys do that? I was like, I know
remember
you're not
that.
trying to be rude, but it sounds so different.
Yeah.
And it got to the point, and a lot of people were agreeing, and like it got really good heat. And then it got to the point where like people from America were messaging me going, "Oh, you think we're fucking rude? Wait till we shoot you up and stuff like this," like threatening me with gun violence. And I'm like,
So,
okay, guys, relax.
a very American response.
But no, and like to be fair, it got lots of views, and that was only a few like messages, but it was enough for me to go, I'm not letting this snowball any further.
Yeah.
Because this is outrageous. Like, it was just a comment, and they're like, imagine going to another country and seeing different culture. And I'm like, that's not culture. Like, I just mean, like, it's just what, like, where did the come from? Like, that's
Also,
all
it's not like you went out and be like, this is fucking weird.
No, I just went, this is kind of random. And like, and it's a little bit as from the Southern Hemisphere, I feel like we got there, and it's a little bit like random. Like,
random
because
as hell.
normally we'd say, you're welcome, no worries, all good. Like, there's so many different
as.
things I feel like I hear. Not just here, Aussie, England, like all of that kind of stuff. But anyways, I won't
Sure.
talk about that just in case I get cancelled again. But another video that that went well for me, that I haven't milked but I should, is the fact that I wear hearing aids. And I wrote
Yeah,
this.
you should do that.
I wrote the skit. No, I posted this video being like, "Hey girls, if you're hard of hearing, remember when you go out to put your hearing aids in, so when a guy's trying to talk to you, you don't go, huh?" You know what I mean? Like, and that's all it was. And it was just me putting my hearing aids in. And it went real viral. And I was like, oh, okay, random. But maybe I should be like,
You
hey,
definitely need to.
deaf girl here.
You definitely need to.
I'm here.
I think it's funny because it's you.
Yeah, it's just dumb shit.
It's
eh?
you, yeah.
You
That,
did-
what's the one I posted
definitely
another
need
one the
to.
other day about how I don't want to get Botox because then I can't show people how stupid they are. Like by going like
Oh,
this.
yeah, I saw that.
And that would do all right.
No, you definitely need to. I think like
We're almost having a brainstorm right now, guys. It's not
Yeah,
really
honestly.
like we're just talking about content, like what
Let-
pops off.
all right, let's put it on the audience then, because I feel like I have this conversation with people all the time who are always kind of stuck on like what
to do.
what to do with content. What's the what's some advice you'd give somebody who wants to start, who you feel like has a great personality? Like, how do you? Because I think people think it's like this big crazy thing.
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking. Like, it's people think that it's like you need to be of some type of stature or to do it.
Yeah.
But it's like that's literally what TikTok was made for. Is for anyone and everyone to come on a platform
100%.
and just be themselves.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what people forget with content creation is that, like what we've talked about for the past, half an hour or 20 minutes, like content creation, the best content creation always pops off when it's relatable, when it's
Yeah.
you
Straight up.
being yourself.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to see through a lens or a camera when you're not being yourself.
100%.
Like, you know the difference between like doing, for example, like a paid campaign, like an ad, when you get given scripts and you get given lines.
Yeah.
It's like you're not going to say that shit on a regular basis,
Yeah.
but you like have to do it because
Yeah.
sometimes, money's tight. But then you do like normal,
period.
you do
Yeah.
normal content creation, just like for fun, like you said, your hearing aids one, or Joe when he does his like notes at one.
Yeah.
And like it pops off because it's just you talking to a camera. It's literally you. You're
Yeah.
just recording it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that's what that's why social media, I reckon, is people talk about it how it's this really like dangerous thing, and it is, but and if used incorrectly, I reckon it's the greatest tool
Oh, 100%.
we could have ever been gifted. Because
It's only dangerous if you're a dickhead on it.
yeah, pretty much.
But when you make it your bitch, nah.
I always use this analogy. I say to people, social media is a hammer. Now, a hammer can be dangerous if you're using it to hurt people, but it can be
Very helpful.
But
To
it can
put
also
in a
build
nail.
but it can also build a house. So
Oh, see, actually, that was a better way to put, not just put in a nail. Sorry, to build a house.
So it's one of those things where if you like really look at it in that way, it's actually so powerful, you know, what you can do with it. And so I feel like I have conversations with people all the time where I'm trying to like encourage them to even just start. I'm talking to Tiana a lot about it at the moment because you
Shout
know
out to T, man.
I think they see like the end of it and think it's this like untouchable, unreachable sort of thing to get to. They don't realize that it actually the only place to get there is by doing it and by like doing it constantly. And then when you boil it down to that, it's actually easy as fuck.
It's also like super trial and error. Like you try something, it doesn't work. You try another thing. Like I'm even newest today. I made a video yesterday that I'm gonna put up. I like just quietly, like I hadn't really. Oh, now I'm gonna say it on the podcast, but I'm gonna try like post every day for like maybe. I'm gonna try 10 days. And then maybe try 20, maybe try 30 and just see how I go. Just try post
so fast.
Post once every day and see how I go. And so I like actually pre-made a video yesterday. I posted a video yesterday, pre-made one yesterday that I could post today because I know I'd be kind of busy. But this one like is me trying stuff on. Like, but I feel like I'm just like keeping it real. Like I just bought some of the stuff. I got some stuff for free. I'm going to try it on and show you whether I like it or not. But like, I'm like, oh, well, people think that I still, even though I've got like, people who follow me and stuff, I'm still like, oh, people think I'm dumb for posting this. People, I just look like an eat-ass. Like I'm trying to be this guy. And I'm like, why do I still think that? And I already do this for half a job.
I get the same.
You know what I mean?
It's a hard thing to get over.
I don't want people to be like, oh, she's a try-hard, like, fashion influencer now. And I'm like, have you seen what I wear? No.
Nah, that's relatable. What were you going to say?
No, I was going to say, like, I think what people get intimidated by the most is, like, the people who are giving the advice of content creation, i.e. yourselves, like, have 100,000 followers plus.
Yeah, but we used to have none.
No, like, hear me out. It's like, if you're telling someone with no followers who wants to get into content creation.
Just post out.
No, like, yeah, gee, just post. It's way easier said than done.
It's like when someone like with a six pack gives you like gym advice, you're like,
exactly.
Fuck
Yeah. That's what they're like. That's what they're naturally intimidated about.
That's
it's
so
like,
true.
It's because it's like, and what they're automatically thinking is like, yeah, I'll give it a go. But if the first video that they upload does shit, it's like, oh, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
It's because they're like, I want to be like Joe. I want to be like Teeks. Like they get millions and millions of views. For example,
let's say tens of thousands.
like tens of thousands of views or whatever, and my video's only got 100, but I've only posted one video.
Hey,
that's enough to shoot someone down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what people. That's the hurdle.
And you know what's interesting about saying that too is like I see there's people I follow that are grinding on the content, and I don't think they get the love they deserve. There's so many local influencers here in Tamaki.
Let's do that. Who do we reckon? Who do we think of when we think of someone that like is grinding on their grind,
Troy Atkins.
not getting their love?
Yeah,
Atkins?
yeah.
Honestly,
she's got great content.
she does the best fashion content. That's really cool. She got recognized recently as like an up and comer as far as like fashion influencing. But Troy is always posting. She's knows
probably the most consistent. I feel
she's so consistent. She's got like, and she works too. Like it's not like this is her full-time thing.
Yeah, dang.
I put Jazzy up there too. Jazzy girl up there too.
She was the next person I was thinking of. These are two girls in Tamaki that are constantly posting every day. They've got their aesthetic down. They know what they want out of their content, but like, and I see them getting love. And there's a sort of a community, I think, especially of women that all are kind of on that same content grind and all posting as much as they can. And I love seeing they all support each other hard out, but I just can't wait for one of them to have a video that just goes crazy.
Blows up.
Then all of a sudden
In due time.
Yeah. But I think if they keep going at the rate they are, they will get that video. But sometimes I see and I'm like, this should, and every time I see one of their videos, I go, this should have way more views.
Yo.
There's Dione's one of them too.
Yes.
And Grace Pasetta, all of you girls, and I follow all of you. You guys just keep grinding because like I feel like you guys know how to work it. Just like keep doing it. And I can't wait for you guys to be like way bigger names than any of us in the room. Not that we're big names. We like me and Randy have a radio show that's just like, you know, we're cheating. We're honestly cheating. Joey, he's just like a comedian or something. You know what I mean?
Still counts for stuff.
But like I can't wait to see them be big, like especially those
Yeah,
girls.
facts.
But can
100%.
you think of any like
I don't know
other
if he's from.
creators that
I
you
don't know.
follow?
I don't know if he's from New Zealand. I think he's from Aussie. But Tyler Craig's, he's one person that he's another fashion influencer as well.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure he's like good friends with Jake Wilson, who runs Sweats Collective. He's just started his own brand called With Me.
Oh yeah,
and
cool.
I feel like he deserves more love. He posts hectic.
Mm-hmm.
He posts all the time. Damn, I'm trying to think of more content creators. There's just so many that like. Was that
Oh, actually,
Sorry, bro.
is your phone ringing?
Just got to order Uber Eats. Nah. I like you guys have done such a good job of just like naming some. So I need to like have a look to see.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
can I actually have a look as well?
Another one of those girls I'd like to add is Shania Dempsey too.
Oh yeah, she's great.
Shania it makes the best content.
Transitions
I'm
on point.
talking like that girl knows how to edit better than most people
Yeah,
I've
facts.
seen. And
Her partner Shiloh as well. Shiloh's the man.
he's a
Shiloh
great
Flavel.
creator
Shout out
too.
to- shout out to
but
Shiloh.
I can't wait to see her just like pop off randomly one day.
Facts.
Like she gets good consistent views, but I'm like I can't wait to see her go even bigger and better.
You know who's
So
like,
if you're listening to this and there's like if you want to follow some fashion girlies,
Josh
those
Alex
are
Young.
definitely fashion girlies to follow.
I want to shout out to Josh Alex Young. He's another fashion content creator, but he just recently started getting into posting like every day.
Mean.
I think he just one of his videos just hit 1 milli.
How good!
And all of his TikTok videos now like average about 1,000 likes. So like
Mean.
yeah, shout out to him. He's the man. One of the nicest people you ever meet.
I reckon if I crack
Ooh.
1,000 likes on a video, I'm happy with that.
On
But when-
TikTok?
yeah, if I crack between 1,000 and 5, I'm like, oh yeah, that was a good video.
Yeah.
But once I crack 10, I'm like, oh, the promised land.
yeah.
I don't know. She's not from New Zealand, but she's a Kiwi. She lives in Aussie now. Pretty sure she lives in Sydney. But I think her name's Naomi Tatai.
Oh my god.
She's
what's her handle?
Gnomes.
I follow her.
Yeah,
funny.
She's another great content creator.
She
Her and her
is-
flatmate, Flip. Sorry, I don't know your name, sis, but she's I think she's Chinese. They both just do like funny dances every
I was
day.
gonna say they're the most put together, well dressed girls you'll ever see.
Yeah,
and
they
then
got amazing
just post
style
these
too. Yeah,
Funny
yeah.
ass videos like of them dancing. Yeah, no, I follow her. That's so funny.
Oh,
I've
I've got
got a-
heaps, man.
You know who I've got to give a shout out to?
All right, let's throw some more in the sphere so anyone listening can follow these people.
I mean, these boys are like pretty big as it is, but I feel like they're like still new. Is Fats 482 and also Jax.
Yeah, those guys are
Yo, these guys put out. I'm not even shitting you. 3 videos a day.
yeah.
damn.
They're going crazy, and like, to be honest, it's been like such a massive, like fire me up to like find enjoying like making content again.
Yeah.
Because I could tell with these guys, they're just like,
They're just having fun.
yeah,
Oh
they're not
my
overthinking it.
Yeah.
They're like just doing what's crack up.
Kings and Elementary at the moment as well.
Oh my god.
Yo, I
Those
grew up
two-
with elementary.
Yeah, you what?
I grew up with elementary.
Oh,
When?
I thought you said
When?
you go out with Elementary. I was like, what are you gonna miss?
I was
this?
like,
Sorry, T. No, I grew up with her.
oh, you grew up with her. I thought you said you caught up with her.
yeah, I grew up with her.
Her and I've been messaging a bit. I love her and Kings have got a very.
Kings is great on social media, man.
I
Bro,
love
he's
when
crack up.
people.
He's crack up.
I know, like sharing a relationship can sometimes feel weird online, but the way they do it is really fun.
Yeah.
Like I think it's really fun.
Okay, actually, this is a good convo for us to have.
Yeah.
Because one of the things that like I've been thinking about is that I'm very private about my private life. People don't even know like what my parents look like.
Yeah.
That's
Or my
true.
I
brothers.
don't, and I feel like you're my brother. And I don't know.
Yeah, literally, like fucking, we've been.
I mean, most of your family, just not your parents. Yeah.
Like people don't really know what my parents look like. They don't even. For as much time as I spend with my brothers, like never post them. People don't really know what they look like. And then obviously like Tiana, like everyone in my life knows T.
Yeah.
But I've never posted her, never anything.
Bro, if that was my
And-
missus, I'd be posting her every damn day.
Nah, and
She's
it's
so beautiful.
and it's funny because I think I had like it set in my head of like keeping all that kind of separate.
Private.
Yeah. But then you do see so many people do it successfully where they have their relationship out, and it only seems to like benefit them. It doesn't seem to cause any, just because I think about, you know, the pressure of coming out with content and like we've mentioned before, like comments and stuff, those hurt you. And for me, it's always been a case of like, I've never wanted to pull my family or my partner into that.
Yeah.
Because at the very least, I'm doing it because I'm passionate about it. They don't necessarily have the passion for it. They're just in it because they're with me. But they would still have to put up with like
Yeah.
the negative element of
Yeah.
it.
I think that's the difference, though. I think if you want to involve your closest, like your loved ones, in your content.
Yeah.
It has to be like something that's organic. Like you can't just be like, gee, can you be in a video? Like, it can never be like that, because it's like, I feel like that's when it becomes scripted and dry.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you brought T into a video and she was not keen from the start, but like the idea was funny, but like she's not fully in it. Because the thing with content as well is you have to be 100% into your content for it to like seem
100%
good. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I feel you. Even today I was doing a video for a client, and they came back with a bunch of feedback. And by removing some of the stuff that they put in their feedback, it felt like the video became like very like a skeleton of the video it was before. And so you just go like, oh, now that feels a bit half-assed, because it's like I'd intended it to be this way. But it's like you do sometimes have to go, okay, let's just like go back to the drawing board and completely redo it, rather than trying to make it what it was before, because it's not going to be, because then it becomes inorganic. You know what I mean?
I think as well, I think it also comes down to a sense of security too. Like, you know, some people would just like to keep their life private.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like you don't have to know my business.
No, I never tag my man anything. Every now and then I'll tag his fashion page, but that's all right.
Yeah, like,
But you know, like I just feel, I don't know.
I feel like there's the stigma around, like, if you don't post your partner or if you don't post your loved one on social media, then it's like, ooh, you're doing something mischievous.
Wait, but you know what's crazy? In the weekend, I posted my man like 3 times. Everyone was like, "Are you guys engaged or something now?" What do you mean?
Like, yeah, you're allowed
because
to.
I don't post them heaps. But I know what you mean. Like I used to be that post it all online, and then I switched to like becoming a bit more private, and now I'm trying to ease back into it. But you go from dating someone who's like quite happy to, like, I don't know, use you for whatever, and then you to start dating someone that's complete opposite. It's like kind of a weird one to navigate.
Yeah, and T's the same. Like she doesn't really give a fuck. It's just that weird thing of like, I don't know. And I've seen more videos of it. People like, don't tell people about good stuff in your life. Like, it's, you know what I mean? And I kind of tend to believe that sort of stuff. That like, when people see something that's good, they'll try anyway to like sort of get.
Destroy it.
I mean, I didn't want to say that, but like, I feel like it's a real thing.
And it goes back to the comments that we were talking about as well. Like, you know, comments that you post on your social media. Comments that are made on like your social media of content creation. You know, like it's the same thing whether they're saying that it's dry or that it's not funny or whatever. It's the same thing when you post shit like that, especially when you're of some type of stature, when you get some type of following. Someone's always gonna have something to say, like,
oh, bro,
this bitch does this, or I remember seeing her when she did this, or does he have a girlfriend now? Last weekend, blah blah blah.
And if anyone posted anything about T, bro, like I would actually like go insane. And I'm not even saying that to like sound like fucking all that guy, but like I think I would lose my shit. And I think that's why, like, fuck, I gotta tell you guys the craziest story actually.
Yeah. Hit me, bruh. Hit me.
Yo, this one was kind of crazy. But ladies, I'm sorry with some of the shit you like have to put up with. For real.
Thank you. I'm gonna take that personally.
You guys have to put up with some fucking bullshit. And you're obviously all, you know, you just wish everyone kind of understood that. This was crazy. So me and T always go to the movies. We love it. That's like our safe space. Mine in particular.
Yeah.
And we walk in and she was like, that dude looked at me like really, really weird. And I was kind of, oh, what? What dude? And she was like, that one over there. And I was like, oh, what did he do? He's like, no, he was just staring at me. And I was like, oh, fuck, you all right? I could tell she was rattled by it. And I was like, oh, okay, no, like, if you want to leave or whatever, like, we can. She's like, no, it's cool. It just, like, really made me really uncomfortable. So already I was like, fuck, that's, you know, that's crazy that she has to put up with that.
Yeah.
Bro. So we walk past, and I'm kind of, like, aloof. Like, you know what I'm fucking
sure.
like. I'm in my head, like, thinking about a million fucking other things, not really paying attention. We're walking past, and then we walk out a little bit, and then she goes, did you hear what he said? And I was like, nah, what? And he goes, and she was like, he goes, yeah, that's what I'm fucking talking about. He like whispered it to her, and I was about to go nuts. And she knew not to tell me because she knew I would go nuts.
Yeah.
And she was like,
was he just in the movies by himself?
Bro, with his 2 mates. But this was the telling part. I went up to him. There's a whole other thing, but this is the main part I'm gonna stick on. This was the telling part. Her thing was like, "Nah, but let's just go. Like, I don't want to cause a big fuss." And I'm like, "Cause a big fucking fuss?
Yeah, no.
Let's fucking go ham." And she's like, "No, like let's not like at this fucking." And when we sat in the car, it was, she was like, "This happens all the time. Like this is kind of just how it is.
Yeah.
Let's just move on. Let's not make it a thing. This is nothing new to me." And that's obviously something that like I was always aware of, and hence, why I've always tried to do what I can in spaces when women feel vulnerable and uncomfortable. But to like see her have to dismiss her feelings in that moment, but I could see it in her face, like she was rattled.
Yeah.
We were sitting in the car and I could see it in her face. I got out the car and stepped all three of the dudes out. But then it gets kind of crazier. So I told her like she was pretty upset at this point.
Yeah, 100%.
And I was like, "Stay in the car." I go up to the dudes and I said a bunch of things. I'm not going to repeat them because I don't want to sound like I'm fucking like trying to sound cool in that. And
do you know who I am?
I was saying all kinds of shit. And they were all like, none of them said anything.
Wanted the bar of it.
No, and the guy that said it just was like, he stayed sitting down and he wouldn't look up at me. So I'm like, I know you did that shit. And I was
this in the car park or in the cinema?
Bro, in the cinema with people standing around and shit.
Hell yeah.
The man.
Hell yeah.
So I like went up to all three of them, and then like his mates were kind of being real sheepish, but I was like, do you guys fucking know that your mate does that kind of shit? And they were like, "No, he didn't do anything." I'm like, what the fuck do you guys get out of like making a woman feel like that? What the fuck is wrong with you? And they were all like, like being like
defensive,
pussing out about it. I come out, I get in the car, I'm like checking if T's okay. She's like calmed down a bit. Now they've got a fourth mate who comes out, a bigger dude, and all four of them come out, try to block our car from getting out. They try to like knock on my window, like get out of the car. And I just like wound it down a little bit and said, "Fuck up," and then like drove the car off. That sounds a bit out the gate. But then they kicked a massive dent in the side of my car.
But you know what's crazy about that is rather than just taking an L and realizing that maybe what you said made a woman feel uncomfortable and that maybe wasn't the right thing to do, they would rather just go get their mate and be like, "No, let's go
fuck him up,
rough this guy up."
Bro, and that is the crazy
and that
part
is why
about
they
it.
continue to act like that, because like there's never like a, and I'm not saying all men, it's not like that.
Yeah.
It's not like that, but it's like there's never a point to stop and think, if someone's calling me out on something, is there a stop and reflect moment for me here?
What you said there is such a good point, because like when I walked in, to be honest, like I could tell they were ashamed.
Yeah.
Right.
But then exactly
But
like
they're
what you
more
said
ashamed. Or they're more ashamed of you telling them off than they are of making
of
the
how
comment.
they made her feel,
You know what I mean?
which is fucking.
It's so, but and like the only
crazy.
like when I
Good
think
on
of,
you, by the way.
I think of a real life comparison straight away of like, this is just a shit women deal with all the time, and I'd like to think to speak from personal experience over the
you
years.
get comments, eh?
Oh yeah, but over the years I've got a
Crazy,
bit more of a
brother.
backbone. I used to be a pussy and just like let it slide. Now I don't. I'll call it out. And like I think a lot of women are hesitant to do so because they don't want to look like an emotional woman or whatever. But like you're standing in a line. So when I used to go clubbing or whatever, when I'd go out, you stand in a line to get into a bar, and a guy starts talking to you, and you won't give him much because you don't really feel like talking to him. You're like, who's this random dude trying to talk to me?
Yeah.
And you're like, sorry, bro, I actually don't really feel like talking to you. I don't know you. I'm just gonna hang with my mates if that's all right. And there's been a couple of times I've said that straight up. Oh, so you think you're fucking too cool? So you're too cool.
Oh my
so this
God.
bitch thinks she's too cool, and I'm like, I actually just don't feel like talking to you.
Yeah.
So like, you know what I mean? And like,
Yeah.
you can't just say I don't
it's
actually
that
feel like talking to you.
entitlement, like for
It's the
'cause, bro-
entitlement. I said why, and it's like, and there's been a couple of times I've had to say things like, why do you feel so entitled to my time? And like, and I feel sorry for my friends that are real hot. And they get attention like no one's business, and they can't just be left alone.
Bro,
But it's crazy. Like I get comments all the time. Like I'll be posting a video telling some story, and some dude will comment on it, being like, "Nah, put your camera down so I can see them tits." And you're like,
Sorry.
bro, but no.
Hey,
But it
clip
is.
that.
That's not funny. Sorry,
but
that's
like,
not funny.
But you're like, I'm telling you a story about my dog. You know what I mean? And you want it. You're like, oh yeah, put the camera down so I can see this.
I'll
It's
tell you
fucking
the
crazy,
the
man.
exact moment where, because like you said, like boys will be boys, but like at the end of the day,
No, they
it
won't.
is
Not on my watch.
It is unacceptable. No, 100%. It is unacceptable. And there, like, I won't go into detail about too much, but like there was this one moment, and Joey was there, where this changed my whole perspective about like certain things that I say in front of people. I got checked real quick.
Yeah.
And yeah, honestly, I think about that day quite often before I say certain things, because like it wasn't on, but I thought it was like one of those make the room laugh ones. Like, yeah, you know, and it was, and I'm actually glad that I got checked in the way that I got checked, because the person that checked me like sent me back to like detention, like proper, like, you're a fucking idiot, don't say that shit ever again.
Yeah.
And from that day forward, like I've always just, whenever, like I'd rather just say it in my head and giggle to myself, or like just not say
That's
anything
because
like
you're
that.
still laughing at it.
No, that honestly, that day, and you remember
No, but you
that day.
had, but there you go. But it took someone to really check you to have that point of reflection.
Yeah.
And some people never have that. And like, and that's what, so it's such an but it's funny you talk about it, because at the moment, like, everyone's watching Love Island Australia, whether you like it or not. And like, I'm watching it very sporadically. I just want to say Team Mimi.
Is she still on?
You're still on. She's still on.
Yeah, that's
how good.
crazy that Mia's on there, man.
Yeah. Shout out Mimi. But what I will say is, I've
Most
never
creative
watched.
city.
What did you say?
Well, he's most creative city in the world.
Hey,
Shout out, Mia.
I was also born there. Let's not
I
forget.
know.
I only lived there for 2 years. But
claiming
like,
you.
I was born there, guys.
We're
I was
claiming you,
born there.
Tix.
But the comments from men on the show are so bad. And recently, the one that went crazy was. This is going to sound real random if you're not watching Love Island in Australia, but I'm sure you've seen the clips online. One of the girls was coupled up with another guy. They obviously got together. There were some intimate details that not everyone were aware of. And then she's ended up coupling up with another dude. And obviously there's intimate details between those two. It's Love Island, for God's sake.
They're all in the same house.
You're all kind of in the same house. People get up to stuff. It's life, whatever. But there's a very clear double standard between the men and women. Men talking about body counts and how they would hate to date a girl who's slept with more than X amount of men. But then knowing full well they've slept with like more than like double, triple, quadruple that amount of women. And there's very very obvious double standards that are coming up there. But then there was a comment made after movie night where they look at clips from the show, like everyone gets to see clips from the show that maybe you wouldn't have seen otherwise. And it's between one of the girls, Sophie, and Zane, Sophie's now coupled up with Dylan. And Dylan makes a comment to her, and she has not shared the intimate details of either thing with the whole room. And he's quite happy to say in front of all the boys, oh, so you sucked his dick and then you sucked mine, basically. And she was just like, what? Like, why would, because I don't think everyone knew that maybe she had done that. But also, if she had, so what, bro?
I think people gotta like realize
You made a decision to like be with her, but like, why would you say that to humiliate her in front of everyone? And
That's
she
what I
called him
mean,
out on it, and people
100%.
called her out, and all the girls are like, "Are you all right?" And he was like, "Yeah, I should have never said that." Blah blah blah. And I was like, "But why is it always an after you said it?
Yeah,
Why is
yeah,
there
yeah.
never a
Facts.
filter beforehand?" And that's not meant to say completely hate on him. Sometimes there's situations. I think it was stupid, but there's situations where you're around people
Get carried away.
like kind of, and you maybe you get a little too comfortable with getting away with saying stuff like that. I felt like that the comment came more from his pride took a hit knowing that maybe another guy in the house had also got with her too. So what? It's fucking Love Island, bro.
Yeah.
But like maybe
Easy to let that
his
shit
pride took
go.
a hit, so he wanted to like one up her in some way. I don't really know. I'm no psychologist. I'm not going to read it that hard. But I just go, where's the filter, bro?
Yeah, I reckon the upsetting thing about like the whole thing with T, and it actually made me cry like watching her in the moment, was like dismiss her own feelings in it.
Yeah.
I thought that was actually
course,
like
'cause
the
it's the
crazy-
missing her own
It is-
feelings
That
to
was
be
the-
like.
It is the
"Don't
easier
worry
thing
about
for
it,
the
don't worry,"
room.
to not make a scene.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's just the easier option for the room.
I always tell her, because I'm like the type that
But look how much it
It's
escalated though, too. You know what I mean?
I'm always the type to like speak on like all of those kinds of things. And the thing I always have to tell her, and I feel like this is quite a common theme for a lot of women, and you know, I think people in general, it's like, you're worth the hassle.
Yeah, no, you are.
That feeling,
Yeah,
that
period.
feeling is worth being addressed. How that made you feel, how that's affected you, that's worth being addressed. You know, we always, and that's why I speak so heavily on it in mental health. It's like we get so accustomed to dismissing the small things. Well, what happens when you've dismissed it for so long, they become the big things.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not doing that. And I'm not doing that with like the people around me, with the ones I love. You know how I've like, how I
genuinely-
approach that with you. I
yeah.
always take the small
Yeah.
things, make them big.
I genuinely believe like you never regret saying the thing.
Hell no.
I don't think you ever really regret saying the thing. Yeah, it can get a bit sticky and uncomfortable for a bit before you get to like a resolution, perhaps.
Yeah.
But I don't think you ever really regret saying the big thing.
Nah.
That's something I've always admired about you, actually. Like just
Standing on business.
yeah, like you're
Wearing his
not,
gold watch.
you're not
Appreciate it, bro.
you're not afraid to have like and this is coming from someone who sucks at confrontation. Like I'm really bad with confrontation. I hate it. I'm like T in the sense where I'd rather just leave it. You know what I mean? So like that's something I've always like kind of looked up to you as, because you've always just like, and we've had some like every catch up that I've had with Joe one-on-one has always been a deep and meaningful conversation.
That's why I love that this is where it's turned, the podcast, because that's actually what a convo with you, it was always like, yeah, he's a funny guy, he's a comedian, but like we always get to this. It's always like,
Yeah.
And the first question that
it
Joe
always gets a little
asks
like
me,
existential, eh? Like,
straight up, the first question that Joe always asks me whenever we catch up, and this is what I always appreciate, this is why I love you, G, is because like every time we go out and we sit down,
yeah,
the first thing he goes, how are you?
yeah.
Like he literally asks, how are you? And then I'll say, and if let's just say, I just go, yeah, I've been all good. And then he goes,
Yeah.
no, like, how
I-
are
I
you?
yeah.
always be like, nah, fuck up. Like, what
Yeah,
the-
yeah.
And bro, it just it's deep from the start.
Yeah, you're never expecting just a, yeah, good, how about you? It's always like I'll straight away go, work's been a bit crazy, eh? And then I'll just go, Randy's been annoying. Like,
I probably have been, to be honest.
actually, I don't think you've ever been on my list of complaints this year.
This year,
Nah,
that's good.
it's such a big thing for me because I was someone that did that, dismissed. Because what happens is you become so you become so accustomed to dismissing the small things, you dismiss everything.
Yeah, hard.
And what happens when you dismiss everything
You
that
bottle
you
up.
feel, everything about yourself? Like, it's gonna sound extreme. You may as well be dead because you're not feeling anything. Like you essentially are at that point.
Wow.
You're not stopping and giving time to anything that you're feeling. And to be honest, like, I only know that so well because I was there. And I think the moment that I started giving light to like those thoughts, those feelings, that was when my life started to change personally. And then the crazy thing is that I started to change professionally as well.
Yeah.
And so it was wild to see like how far they can go when you actually like take it seriously. And so I talk to my partner about that all the time. It's like, whatever the little things are, like I will always take it seriously. And if I'm going to take it seriously, I think I'm a smart, reasonable person. If I'm taking your thoughts and feelings seriously, like, why would you not?
Yeah. And I also think it's like you say, like about the little things, just make them big, because like you need to address them so they don't boil over. But it's like, but we also don't need to like trivialize our feelings either. Like
No.
sometimes it is that black and white. I feel shit because this happened. I
Straight
feel
up.
shit because you did this, or whatever, maybe between you and your partner or whatever, rather than going, I'm feeling like this, but I'm wondering if it's just a trigger from this, and I
Nah.
wonder if it's this, and I'm like,
We don't
I
need to be
feel like
doing all that.
I used to do that, and now
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't like this. I feel
I
kind
feel
of
away
anxious
because
today.
of that's how
And
I
it's
feel.
like, I don't have to have a reason why. It's just like,
No.
I feel anxious because of this. Yeah.
And my thing is like, I think turning it onto entirely how you feel gives you all that space to say that, because it's like, no, I don't need you to like interpret where that comes from or anything. I'm just telling you exactly why I feel this way, where that comes from. I'm not saying that's any judgment on your character and that you've done this, but I'm just saying that happened and I now feel like this.
Yeah.
And there's no real room to like be like, but no, there's no,
Nah.
there's none of that. I'm just telling you my end of it, and however we move forward with that, it's just addressing that. It's not saying you're a bad person. It's not saying you fucked this up or fucked that up.
It's something that a lot of us, I feel like, need to get a whole lot better at, including myself. I put myself in that bubble,
Nah,
man.
same, bro.
Like,
Same.
bro, having tough conversations is just not like ever on my agenda, right? I hate them.
It's
I hate them. And like moving forward, like in my life, obviously like a big thing for me is to like, get over that hump and start having these conversations a little bit more comfortably.
Yeah.
Because like when I have tough conversations, I feel like my tough conversations always end up turning into like somewhat of talk shit. You know what I mean?
It's not talking shit if it's a fact.
No. But like, and like, and this is,
I hate how people trivialize like venting.
Yeah.
Oh, she's just a hater. Oh, whatever. Like, no, but you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like
100%.
sometimes it's just a fact.
yeah.
Sometimes it's just a fact.
Mm-hmm.
And if like you end up saying something about someone because of how it made you feel, but it's what happened and how it made you feel. How is that talking shit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So this is what I mean though. This is the hump that I need to get over.
Yeah.
Because like
that took me ages though.
yeah, like this is the hump that I need to get over. And it's not saying that I have like these conversations all the time. Because one, I'm like avoiding them. Like in the sense where like I'm not putting myself in those scenarios to have those conversations.
Yeah,
but when I do get into those conversations, that's why I feel like I am talking shit. It's because I'm not having those conversations
you're a
all the
classic,
time.
something tough's happening in the room, he'll walk out.
Yeah, I'm just like, bro, like let's just say you and Tegan were having a tiff right now.
I'd be like, hey, I don't fucking like that, Joe, blah, blah, blah.
I'll literally be
just
like,
walk
I'll
out.
look at my phone and walk out the room. Because I'll be like,
He'll never be the
you
guy
would do that.
he'll never be the guy that actually that'll go, actually, Joe's got a point here, Teeks. I think you need to listen.
Yeah, I'll never do that. Unless it got physical, then I'll just be like, okay,
us fighting, actually fighting.
There's nothing worse than a devil's advocate, bro. I don't need devil advocate nothing.
I will advocate wherever I see fit, okay?
Yeah.
I will advocate wherever I see fit. But speaking of advocating, being a devil's advocate, we must wrap our episode with the same thing we do every single time.
Yep.
I've got
Hey, great chat, guys.
We've nearly hit an hour, so I'm just like,
Jesus.
none of you bitches are gonna still be here after an hour. You know what I'm saying? I know your listening patterns.
Skip the YouTube video to this bit.
I know. We do Take an E or Therapy, where we have some confessions from our plus ones, any of you fellas, and basically you let us know what you've done. Something maybe in the last year, the last week, who knows when. We decide whether it's sweet, take an E, or whether you need to go to therapy. It's kind of a judgment call.
Yeah.
Okay, take an E or Therapy. Was getting with this guy and he was hitting it from the back. I turn around and he's taking a hit from the vape.
Literally after what we just talked about, I don't know. Like, it's like such a 180.
Do you have people ever record themselves?
No, I've requested it, but no one's been ballsy
You
enough
need to
yet.
start that. They'll start going viral.
What? Recording what?
I need to start it. I've requested it. You guys need to start it.
You know, like Theo Von, his most viral clips were like his callers calling in,
yeah.
just telling him like fucking out of it stories. And half the time
maybe
he
we
like,
need to solicit it a little harder.
yeah, half the time we don't even like hear his advice because it's just like,
Yeah.
or like it'll be the most out the gate story. Sorry, we're back on the content advice thing. He'll have a 2-second reaction, boom, viral video.
Yeah.
You guys need to start doing that. You got all the tools.
Yeah,
People
we
can
might as
fucking
well.
call in
You're
here.
actually right. I
You
think we
got
should.
fucking 4 lights.
That's not mine.
Surely
That's not
someone
mine.
can record something.
We're just really lucky.
Surely
that
someone
we
can
work
send in a
for this
record.
company.
You're
We're
fucking
really
7
lucky that
of
we
them.
work for this company.
Someone can get a
decided to invest in
recording.
lighting.
Fucking 4 lights.
There's 300 people out there. I don't know what the fuck they
That's
do. One of
funny.
them can send in a fake one. Like,
That's funny, man. That is
Okay.
hilarious.
sorry, my bad.
Take an EL therapy on that one.
Who are we taking now therapy though? Her getting hit in the back or
I think therapy
the
for him
vapor?
because that's worse than a smoking habit. Okay, I think you need to sort that out.
Yeah,
because
there's-
what do you
like,
mean
just
you're
do it,
taking?
like, after.
What do you mean you're hitting a vape while you're having a root? That's crazy.
that is crazy.
I feel like into this.
Take an E for the sis. She didn't know better.
I feel like in this day and age, though, that's just the norm, like vaping, like vaping whenever. you
No,
know?
I think it's disgusting.
Yeah, you've talked
You
about
know,
it
I hate,
before.
honestly, on this, I hate vaping so much.
I don't want to blame her, especially after like literally what we've just talked about.
That's what I mean.
But no, you want
That's
to
what
go.
I
But
mean.
sis, you smelt it on his breath prior.
Well, my thing is like a
Wait,
dude
look,
that is vaping.
I just switched so hard.
A dude that is vaping during a root, there are so many red flags surely before you get to the root. Like surely. Surely.
It's giving like I don't shower. I shower once a day kind of guy.
Bro, all that. Like what is a dude that vapes during a root? Like what kind of shit is he doing?
Who knows? So we're gonna say therapy across the board.
Yeah, we'll just say there.
Okay. Okay, we've only got 2 this week. Second one, take an EL therapy. Found my mate's man on Tinder. I made a fake Instagram and sent it to her.
Why did she make
Yeah,
a fake Instagram?
why don't she just tell him?
Why did she just
Now, some people don't like getting like in it.
No, but
That sounded like I was speaking from experience. I was not.
I
That's
feel
But like,
like
I can see that because people
she
don't
doesn't
want
want to get in the drama?
Yeah,
it's-
she doesn't want to get in it. Yeah.
I feel like if it's someone that you know personally, you're all good to do that. But like if it's like, let's just say I don't know
What
Joe
if
that
it's like
well.
an acquaintance, mate?
If it's in a then I can understand. But
Yeah.
like
but if it's your close mate, I
No,
would
but
straight.
I'm really cracking up at like imagine if they sent the message from the fake Instagram and then they just knew who it was anyways.
because for me, if you're calling someone a friend, that means that like you have somewhat of a close connection, right?
Because one of my really good friends, this is years ago, we saw her man on Tinder,
That's crazy.
and we told her like straight. I rung her like straight away. hey,
Yeah.
like, I'm just letting you know, we've seen this. She's like, yep, all good. And she took it on the chin, and they did split up eventually. But like, but there's like, if I, but
Oh my
that's
God,
like, that's one of my like day ones.
I remember that.
But like, if it wasn't a day one, I don't know if I'd feel comfortable just like asserting
Right.
my.
So that's where the
young
fake-
me, old me would have, because I didn't really have boundaries for myself.
Yeah, you kind of just like to jump
But
in
the
there.
older me goes, do I really want to get involved in this? And
Nah,
that's not to
straight.
say that that person doesn't deserve to know,
That's
because they
real.
always deserve to know. But it's like, when you do it personally, you really assert yourself in
Yeah,
people's
you
business.
do. You do.
And like,
You
I
s-
don't
And
know.
then at the end of the day-
I kind of don't mind it. Like, because
get
we
it.
don't know how close you are with that mate, I don't mind it. I'm going to say take a knee.
Yeah.
But
also, what is? I feel like I've been hearing this a lot, but like dudes getting caught on Tinder that have
Yeah.
like,
That's weird, man.
you fuck,
I don't.
you literally have to put your face and you're like, what
yeah,
the fuck?
yeah, and
Like,
your details and everything.
and
And
you
also,
fucking-
New Zealand is so fucking small, man.
Yeah.
That like, it's
Yeah.
like just your city alone. Like someone's gonna find you. So I don't get it.
it's just arrogance at that point, surely. Yeah, because
Yeah.
like you can't be that dumb.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You can't be
I
that
just
dumb.
no, like, and this is obviously like a of course, but I just think cheating is so stupid.
it's silly.
Like,
Just
it's so,
just be single and you can get with
yeah,
whoever you want.
Exactly. Like it's just like, bro, like
That's what I don't understand. Like,
it's like why do you have to have someone that you like quote unquote love for you to go, nah, I feel like fucking something else.
And you hear some crazy. I feel like you hear some crazy stories. Like I don't want to say it. I feel like you hear some crazy stories in Auckland.
facts. Nah, facts.
I feel like you hear some crazy stories.
100%, bro. It's
definitely
it's always like, bro. It's so. It's
I don't want to kick off another hour,
It's so
but
stupid.
yeah, nah, but
And,
It's so
and don't make me
stupid.
kick off an hour of my personal stories.
you hear some like actual crazy stupid shit, and like
But
exactly
people
what you said.
getting with their mates' partners.
I could never do that, eh?
And you go, what? What do you
Honest to
mean?
God, even if I worked with you here, like let's just say we all worked in the same building, right? And our brother over there had a missus that we all knew. Even though we're like kind of somewhat just colleagues, I could never go there.
Like, I feel bad. Like, even if I didn't even know my man's ex, like if I knew she was friends with my friend, I'd feel bad.
I knew I was getting old when, like, you know, me and T may talk about like a celeb who just got caught like cheating. My first reaction is always, this is where I know I was getting old. My first reaction is always like, where the fuck you find the time? Like,
Facts,
I can't-
bro.
like,
It feels really real.
I'm putting so much effort to like even just know where to take T out for dinner on one day. Like,
Yeah.
fucking imagine throwing another day. I couldn't do it.
Having to plan to meet up with someone else.
That's my worst nightmare, bro. Like,
Wait, and how about, like, yeah.
put aside the morals. I'm talking straight logistics.
Yeah.
No, I'm just taking the piss now. T will not be happy.
Because but there's people
Just joking,
that
babe.
link up with multiple people in the week and have a missus. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, how?
Okay.
How?
I
Do we
don't
not
wanna-
have full-time jobs? Are we not employed?
Okay, I got a crazy one for you actually.
Okay.
Sorry, before we go.
Okay.
Okay, I don't want to put anyone's business out there, but I will.
But let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Don't look up who this is. I'm sorry. Fuck
You
it.
just made everyone who's watching this want to go look.
Yeah,
this up.
fuck it. Okay. So I was at the dentist.
Yeah.
I love my dentist. I'm not gonna say who.
Yeah, don't say who.
Shout out
You know who you are.
you. Someone working there had a partner for 3 years,
Yeah.
who they then found out was married. But get this, the person I was talking to had met the mum. How fucking crazy is that?
What is the mum thinking, eh? Like,
Bro,
you're being played.
what the fuck, eh?
So
Had
the
met
mum knows. The mum knows. But then, like,
Mum's an enabler.
That's crazy, eh?
no, but
That's
like,
what I mean. Like, I've heard some crazy shit in Auckland.
But was that
shit.
the mum of the man?
Yo,
See, that's nuts.
that is crazy, eh?
Because you know what? I've heard this theory. I don't know because I'm not a mum, but I've heard a theory that there's a boy mum and a mum of a son, and they're two different things.
Okay, please.
A boy mum.
Because I want to know what kind of mum
Apparently, look, I don't know, and I don't want to judge people. I don't want to judge people that are probably fucking normal and have a son and refer to themselves as a boy mum. But apparently, a boy mum are those mums that are like their son is their favorite, their son
I
does no
I
wrong,
definitely don't have that mom.
they
Yeah,
excuse
100%, that's not my
they
mum.
excuse that son's behavior, and perhaps in an older age, like there's theories of women who are single and have a son that they try like mold their son into the man they never got.
Anyone that knows my mom.
That
knows
is a
not
theory,
my mum.
right? So that whereas a mum of a son is a mother who's quite happy to keep her son accountable for
Yeah,
when he
facts.
does wrong.
Yeah, that's my mum.
If he
Oh
sees
my
him
God.
slipping, you know, so it's
Yeah.
two. It's kind of basically one mum.
My mum's dumb, my mum's all good.
glorifies her son. The other mum will keep her son accountable when
Yeah.
needed. So that it's a boy mum and a mum of a son, and apparently that's the difference.
I like that word.
Yeah.
I like that word. Instead of hidings.
So your mum's
Accountable.
Wait,
My mum kept me accountable.
Your mum is a mum of a son.
That's what my mum did. She kept me very accountable,
What about
didn't
your
you,
mum?
mum?
Boy mum.
Nah, my mum's a mum of a son.
Yeah. And
Your mum?
My
My mum of a son
my
sounds
poor
like you're
mother
saying
had
son
two
of a
daughters,
bitch,
so
My mum of a son sounds like you're saying son of a bitch, eh?
mum of a son, a mother of a son,
Mother of a son.
mother of a
Saying the
son.
B word, hands. After everything we talked about.
After all that, Randy.
After everything we talked about.
All right, guys.
man.
Well,
Say
that
goodbye to-
concludes. I say thanks for coming through.
Yeah, she's gonna be John Teams
like
next week.
twice in
Say goodbye
twice
to-
in a couple of months. We
Say,
really
say goodbye
enjoyed
to the
that.
showroom collapse. Public library, man.
Also,
Sorry.
you've got a tour. Where can we buy tickets if anyone's interested?
JoeDaymond.com. Going on tour next year. My brother Rand's going to be there. Auckland, Wellington, Christchurch. Tiggs, you want to do something in
We're
Auckland?
gonna get me involved somehow.
Let's do it.
You should do an interpretive dance.
Well,
That would
let's
be
not
funny.
forget that you said you were gonna give me like a little roll and bounces, but then there was too many lines, so you decided to cut me.
Oh, that was legit what happened, eh?
That's a friend though.
At least he was honest.
Yeah,
but
that's
he's
what I
right.
mean.
I can't act. I can't act.
You like, to be honest, you like didn't.
You know why?
It was-
Because I'm the realist. I'm too real.
It's true.
I'm too real.
It's true. You're going to do something for Auckland next year.
Okay, cool. Like what?
Well,
Sing.
We'll figure it out.
Nah.
We'll figure it out.
I'll teach you how to DJ, then you can press a few buttons.
I'll just put in a USB.
I actually think I've thought of something, but I won't say it here.
Okay, it'll be a surprise. Okay, guys, see you next week.
Later. Oh, last show next week.